Now we are.
Now we're here.
Hello. Good morning. How are you? It's Tuesday, Jane.
I know, I'm all confused.
I just have to say that because otherwise I'd ever think you've got hair. Actually, you've got a couple of... Crikey, are you molting?
I'm molting like a crazy lady.
You really are. Wow. You've got that. You know, when you're saying you've got one there, it's like, no, it's not attached.
That's attached.
Good morning. There you go, that set the tone for the day, hasn't it? Good morning to you. Yes, a very good morning. Jane, today's show...
You just want to wrap yourself up and cuddle it. It's gorgeous.
I haven't been able to let Emily near it because she will just roll around in it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Understand why. Because it's very tactile.
On today's show, we have got the most beautiful, softest, gorgeous fleeces. I'm just giggling because out of everyone that we have to pick from, Jane has chosen the puppy to personalise for, which makes me very happy. Might have to go if she's clean-ish. She's out in the garden at the moment, but if she's clean-ish in a minute, I might bring her in, and she can gratefully receive her new goodies. How posh, Tilda!
Yes.
Gorgeous. We've got Tilda on a deal for you today. We'll get into that in just a minute. Talking of Tilda, Jane, the reason that I'm a bit late for everything is because I've just been with the Tilda rep.
Yes. Nice things.
Next year's Christmas fabrics for Tilda, which will be September, possibly the most beautiful collection I've ever seen from Tilda.
Really?
Yeah, no word of a lie. Absolutely stunning. Every fabric just looks like her book. It's just like a page out of a Christmas book.
Oh, how lovely.
And you go, I shall just recreate my entire home in this.
I'll be decorating everything in Tilda.
Talking... Jane, would you like to... safe place, just let everyone know why we don't have a couple of Tilda cushions in our sample sale?
Yeah, I had to have them. I had to have them back. But not working those. Sorry, but I did love them. And I thought Natasha was having them for her room. So I was like, don't say anything, just let Tash have them because it's her fabric and that's fine. And then they were on the sale and I was like, no, can I have them back, please? Can I buy them back?
Which just made me laugh a lot. There have been several samples that you guys have just never seen and will never see because the team go, oh, but
I need that. I need it back. I don't need it.
We get emotionally attached to our makes. It's all good. How many of you have made for Christmas? Come on, honestly, put in the comments. How many of you have made for Christmas and then ended up keeping it because you can't bear to gift it?
Yeah, done that.
So many times.
And I don't know about anybody else, but when I buy or make for people, I only buy or make things that I like. I know that they'll like them, but things that I would be happy to have myself.
Yeah.
So quite often I'll buy something for somebody and they don't actually get that. They get something else equally as nice, but I decide I like that more for myself.
Christmas is expensive, but not for the reasons that we think it might be.
Absolutely hopeless.
And you know when you're the one that does all the buying?
Yeah.
And then on Christmas Day, like everyone's got a pile of gifts and with the best will in the world, the buyer, the mum, there's never such a big pile because, that's just how life happens. But it's okay because we know that we've all secretly done the thing of, we'll just keep that for us.
That's mine.
That
was going to be for my Auntie Bob, but actually I'm keeping it myself.
Yeah. We just and in a very ecological way because we haven't had to wrap it and go that into landfill.
Exactly,
so we've actually done the world a favour. It's like charity work, Jane. So now we've made ourselves feel better for that. Let's have a look at what we are doing today, Janio.
I'm just going to go through the different types of binding. I mean, this is straight edge binding, which we've done several times. I think there is a set of instructions for that. So that's fine. And I put together a set of instructions. We've got edge-to-edge binding using the beautiful lace trim that Natasha had on.
Nasha
Nasha had on the last few times few weeks ago. And then just a simple, this is bias binding. This is some sateen. Now, I forgot to bring what was left home back. It's still on the side at home.
Perfect.
So there is some more of this somewhere. I don't know that Gemma will load it though because she's not sure of quantity. So this is, look at this is a beautiful galaxy. Are we calling it galaxy fabric? I don't know what they're called.
I think we should. This is going for Freddie for Christmas. Just let's be honest, I was really, I'd like to say, a bit cheeky. I was like, Jane, so if you could just show us on this particular fabric, that would be great, Freddie. And if you could just show us,
this is so pretty.
We had this. This is the crochet edged. Look at that. I might have to do that on a close-up, Jane. Everyone's saying you're very quiet, but they say that every week, to be fair.
I do try and...
Oh, no, that's me. There you go, Jane.
Okay.
I'm just going to crouch.
Crouch out the way.
Well, it was leg day in the gym yesterday, Jane. This is quite uncomfortable. Can you just show everyone quickly?
And this is edge-to-edge binding. So we don't have a mitre, it's just straightforward edge-to-edge, and I'll go over that. That's a simpler way of doing it. I don't know. I quite like the mitered edge.
Squats, Jane.
So these are both pre-made bias binding tape.
Do you like making your own bias binding?
I do, actually. I like straight edge binding. And this is polyester mix, this fleece. So it's quite stretchy. So when you're using bias binding, you have to be a bit careful because if you can see, it's a bit wobbly in places.
But that doesn't
Speed sewing. I've pulled it a little bit, but yes, it's beautiful. It's lovely to work with. You'll need your walking foot on your machine, or your even feed foot, but it sews beautifully. And using pre-made binding, of course, cuts down the time immensely.
So, when friends have babies, it's one of these, and then personalised with the name of said baby.
I use the steamer seam because it's got that tackiness to it beforehand, so you can place it. Because obviously with the fleece, it's got like a nap on it, so it does move a little bit, but it's
gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Beautifully.
We have done this in a Tilda fabric. We've got Tilda on the show. We've got it on a bargain discount today because, you know, sales and all of that. So let's very quickly show you the fabrics that we've got so that you can get ahead. And then we'll show you the samples that we've got for sale, which I may or may not have left in the other room. I'll have to go and get. So this is the one that's Emily's. This is Emily's one with all the pretty flowers. We've got a silvery grey back here, which is rather lovely. And then that's Minnie's one.
It's like an aqua colour. I don't know what Gemma's named them.
I'm not sure either. That's Freddie's Cosmic one. Yeah. And then there's a navy one there. Beautiful. We are selling these by the metre, so it's 1 metre by 1.5 meters. So these are big chunky pieces.
Yeah, which is all I did with those was take the selvage off and just bind them.
And you're going to demo in the dragon scale.
Miss Iris is having that one.
We're just sorting out our Christmas presents, basically. Nothing to see here. I haven't
bought anything for Miss Iris,
no,
obviously.
But she's not got anything.
No, she's not got a thing.
No.
And then look at this gorgeous deep teal. Ooh,
can you just pull that just in front a little bit? There we go.
That is gorgeous colour.
We love that. Actually, that works really well. You can try some with that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So these are really well priced as well. We've also got, I don't know if Wiz has got all the different bindings, bias bindings, pre-cut bindings. We've got some. We've done these as 6 metre lengths so that they would go around one of these metre by 1.5 metre pieces.
You will have plenty because 5.5 metres is more than enough. Gives you enough for your overlap on your metre piece. So 6 metres gives you that bit extra to play with.
Thank you, Wiz. Yes. Which one? I can't remember which one I did for today. And also, could we possibly also have the crochet edge binding? Thank you. So we have got 2 different greens.
I think the dark one's called
Forest.
Yeah. Gorgeous. That would look lovely on the dragon scale. When I was choosing for the dragon scales, I could have used all of them.
Do you know what?
It's a beautiful ombre rainbow, the dragon's tail.
Do you want to bring it over? You're demoing on one, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got half bound one, but you can still see.
So we've got two different greens, and then there's that green, that's the lighter green, dark green. So these are as 6 metre lengths, which will do this at least. This is sapphire. You've got we've got yellow. We've got a slightly brighter one. You've got like an orangey colour.
I think
that was the last of it, wasn't it?
It might have been the last of it. It's gold, like gold colour.
Amazing. And then there's a white
now
there
these ones
and a pink.
are cotton, so they're slightly stiffer and they're slightly wider. This one is a poly cotton, which is softer and is a little bit narrower. But they're all perfect for this project. So quick to use to bind the edge of this blanket. And if you did what I did for Freddie and Emily's and just use the whole metre piece, you literally are trimming the selvage off.
Do you want names? Silver.
Yes.
Mint.
Mint.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Spring Meadow.
Spring Meadow. That's a perfect name for it.
And then we've got teal.
Yes.
Navy.
Yeah.
And we have got an ivory as well,
yes.
which is on its way.
These two last pieces of this beautiful
Yes.
rib.
Now, yesterday we did the cuddle cow. Mm-hmm. Originally, the cuddle cow, I don't know if I've still got the instructions in here, was done with this.
Under there, I think.
Emily was so thrilled when I went to pick her up from school yesterday and we had matchy cuddle cows. She was so excited. This is originally what I did it in. So we've got a metre piece of the navy and
That's a
half metre of which you would get again. You'd get two. You'd get an Emily and a me size one out of that.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
And then you'd get loads out of that. Or you can get a cuddle cow and one of the keyhole scarves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because they're lovely too.
Yeah.
And they'd look gorgeous, wouldn't they, with this?
Well,
Tilda.
let's have a look at the Tilda because the Tilda is on a special price for you today, and then we'll have a look. Should we do Tilda first and then samples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move this all out of the way.
And then we've got. It's a busy show today. Good morning, everybody. By the way. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So. But I just thought quick, easy makes.
Yeah, that's what you need, isn't it?
In this weather, absolutely. This could just be.
With the pre-made binding, and if you use the full metre piece, this would take the morning.
And you'll have something for
A gift or
what, under 20 quid?
Yeah.
Done. Beautiful blanket, done. And you can personalise. And if you've got a plain with these patterned ones, you can personalise with just a plain fabric. Perfect. Now you have written instructions on binding, haven't you, today?
Yes, we've got using the biased edge for the fleece bound blankets. We've got binding using your straight edge binding. We've done that when we've done the quilts and things. So we've got that binding instruction, and then we've got this.
One
fleece
last thing to show you.
Oh yes.
Is this. Now, this is, when I do these blankets, because I go with a bias, and then you don't have to do any corners, because you just go round. This is your non-slip curved corner cutter. This has been out of stock for a long time.
Yeah.
But basically, let's just use Minnie's blanket here. You're going to use that as your guide to then curve those corners, which means that you've only got to finish your binding.
Yeah.
It just, if you're using the bias, then it just goes around.
Just goes around beautifully.
There's no mitering, nothing. So this is another option. It looks really lovely.
Even quicker. And these baby blankets, for this one, I've cut it 1 metre square. So I got the metre piece. I simply folded it in half, on the diagonal, and trimmed it across.
Minnie is
So
going to be
that's
so
like
excited for
That's
this.
a square piece. And that's plenty big enough for a baby blanket.
Not just that, right? When we go to the beach or we do anything like that, or the kids have been to the park and they're wet, cold, just having one of these rolled up in the car.
Yeah.
goes across them on the back seats, and they are super, super, super snugly warm.
They're just really tactile.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see on the plain fleeces, there's a really fluffy side, which I've chosen to use on the reverse.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's more velvety, the nap's slightly shorter, so it's really dense and gorgeous.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Wow,
Just
Jane,
wrap
what is it?
yourself in it.
Wow. It is wow.
Wrappable.
No. Oh, crikey.
And of course, if you like dressmaking, these make great dressing gowns, house coats, whatever you like to call them.
We had the toweling robes, which could
Work
basically
beautifully.
be done as a dressing gowny type affair. Right, this is all the Tilda that we have got left, and we've taken a pound off per half metre.
Oh, wow.
It's £2 off a metre.
That's amazing.
Okay, now if we just show you, because we thought that various ones of these, the greys look great with these, the navy looks great with these, the teal looks great with these, or maybe you just are a Tilda fan, but they just look, this is done in Tilda, Minnie's little name there.
That's just because that blue, the little flower on there is exactly the same colour as this.
It just worked, didn't it? Yeah. So the silver looks really nice with actually most of these, didn't it?
They all looked fabulous. The silver looks great with it. Well, they all look great with it. The navy.
Maybe not the dragon scales.
Maybe not the dragon.
But the plains worked beautifully with these. So we have got, because these were technically blenders, they're mirror. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mirrors left. But they're standalone gorgeous fabrics. Look at that. So if you are a Tilda lover and you fancy taking a pound off a half metre on Tilda today, fill your boots. These colours just work beautifully.
Cotton Field's beautiful.
That is Cotton Field in grey green. And then this one is Adina. And then Bunny Salvage Larissa in eggplant. And then Larissa in, was that caramel? So, is it ginger? No. And then we have got Adina.
An ochre.
Beautiful.
But look, if you put that on the peppermint, it just highlights this colour here, this lovely leaf pattern. So they work with all of the colours within the plain fleeces. They're just beautiful.
Put that in that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely too, isn't it?
It just lifts all of the pepperminty colour.
Lovely. So the choices are yours, or maybe you are just boosting your Tilda stash. We're not here to judge, are we, Jane? No. We are simply here to enable. But when this is gone, it's gone.
Yes, that is literally the last of it, and some of it's only got 3 or 4 units left on it.
Let's have a look then at, just going to go and get our samples, Jane.
Lovely.
Because we have got, that's tomorrow's sample sale. This is today's sample sale box. It's so organised. I've got the dates on and everything, Jane. Right, let's start here. We have got, this is a William Morris pouch with a tassel, bit of lace trim.
Pretty.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it lined, plain lined? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, out of that, so that flows into there. AH17 if you want that today. Feels appropriate.
Cozy.
Tilda Tea Cozy. That is for a 2-man pot.
Yeah.
AG17 is your code for the log cabin.
Yes.
Tea Cozy. We have got, with the green velvet, the squarish pouch.
Beautiful, with that magnetic clasp.
Yep, and handle and zip situation. I love this because the velvet just flows down into it.
That's lovely.
That is AF17. If you need a stocking,
beautiful.
AE17. And then, I feel like I'm rattling through these, but these are on the website, you can see them. That's no bother. It's kind of, if you like it, get it. There's only one of each.
Yes, this is it.
This is a trio.
Oh,
so you've got your pouch. I loved this
It's
fabric.
a pretty fabric.
and then you've got your scissor keep there, and then you've got your needle holder.
Yeah, so your
there.
scissors, you can put several pairs of scissors
Yeah.
in there, can't you?
That's how it was designed, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Because we did the kits where you had everything. In fact, we've still got some of those kits somewhere, where you had the you had a half metre heaven, and then you had ribbon, you had felt, you had a clasp, you had everything to do these makes.
Yeah. And of course the patterns are all there, aren't they, on the
Yeah, of course they are.
website? Oh, mug caddy.
Yeah, with your pocket. The mug goes in there.
Looks like a placemat then.
Snack on there.
Yeah.
Tea thingies in there, and then it goes. Same size as the one that we had with Lewis and Irene's fabric yesterday. This has a silkier feel because it's a lawn.
Yes. Beautiful fabric. That's
Lovely. I can't believe that this is in the sale because this is one of my favourites, but
We love that bag.
I love it, Jane. Why haven't we made more of them?
Emily likes hers, doesn't she?
She loves hers.
Her book bag.
Yeah, I did two editions. I did one with cork and one with fabric. Emily's got the fabric one, so I can put it through the wash on the regular because she's filthy.
She's not.
She is.
She's just a girl.
She's filthy.
Just a girl.
Yeah, the handle's got a bit squidged, but you'll unsquidge that. That's no bother. But yeah, you cut out book bag in your tapestry and your cork. One of my favourite ever makes. Well, apart from this one as well, Jane.
This is it. We make things and then we're like, well, this is my favourite make. And then we make something else and we're like, well, no, actually, this is my favourite make.
AJ17.
This is beautiful.
Now
Nice
this
bit of cave.
is the one
Look at that.
that opens out. It's got
lining.
poppers. So you can popper it in, or if you need the extra space, you unpopper the sides.
Brilliant
It's
idea.
lined in cave and everything.
Fabulous.
Can't remember what we called this. Because it wasn't three-tone tote, because we've had a three-tone tote.
Yes.
What the
Can't
heck
remember.
was it?
This is terrible.
We do so many, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And then we
Oh,
had the Liberty ones go the other day. This is the William Morris tapestry.
with the cork.
2-handle bag, not a 4-handle.
Not a fork handle.
Two-handle. AI 17 is what that says.
Beautiful.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or if you just want a couple of decorative pumpkins,
They're nice.
AK 17.
And these have got the stalk. in.
You can use them as, yeah, you can stack them, or you can use them as pincushions.
Yeah, nice idea.
There you go.
They're lovely.
There we go. That is today's sample offering.
Tune in tomorrow for even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gents, we only started with 9 each of those fleeces, by the way. We don't have massive stock of
Oh,
these.
right.
They are really, 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 really limited. Because I went for lots of different varieties rather than lots of just one.
Yes.
So that's where we're at with that. So if you want the fleeces, and I really would, because also, like you squared off minis, but that means the bit you had left over, you can make your cuddle cow, you can make your,
Keyhole.
that one.
You'd
all
have
those
enough
sorts
to
of
make a
things.
cushion.
Oh, perfect, to go with.
Yeah.
How lovely.
Could make a cushion to go with it, which would be lovely to snuggle up to. Fleece cushion.
Shall I see if Minnie would like to come and receive her gift? In the meantime, shall we have a quick look at the crochet binding?
Yes. we've got
Crochet
some
edge
lovely-
binding, so that you can
We've got some lovely
decide.
colours in here and the edging as well. So this is
So many of
glossy.
these meant. Let me pop
We're
us
selling these,
onto
aren't
a
we, by the whole roll, these ones.
25 25 metres.
You've got that lovely peachy colour, which would actually look lovely on the edge of the grey. I think that would really zhuzh up the grey.
Gorgeous. And actually with the florals next to it, the meadow flowers.
Yeah,
Would look
lovely on that,
gorgeous.
because it's similar colours.
Polka
You've got
dots.
these navy polka dots, which will look gorgeous on any of the tealy ones. You've got plain red. Is that red?
Yeah. Do you know what happened was, Jane? I did all of these and I went, gosh, that's taking a long time. So let's just see if we put this on a discount, it accounts for my time
Yeah.
that I would have spent chopping it up.
You've got this lovely grey. That would
Oh,
look
that
nice
would
on
look
the silver
Yeah.
as well.
And with the pink,
Yes.
with the meadows, and with the the aqua minty one too.
Yes. We've got this lovely sapphire blue colour, which we've also got in a polka dot.
Now I think they've called that something that.
That's cobalt. Was there
Yeah, there was a label on it. Aqua. Yeah, which I found a bit strange because I would have said that was peacock or something, but
Yeah.
that's what it came in saying.
We've got the cobalt plain. That goes with the cobalt polka dot. Bless you.
Thanks.
It's the same. Pale blue.
It's pretty.
Light
That would
blue.
look beautiful with the floral one too.
Yeah, and then the green.
Would look amazing with the dragon scales.
We've got some off-cut pieces, 5 metres, 4.6 metres of fuchsia, 5 metres. Yeah, the 5 metres is 4.6. Light blues cut in 5 metre pieces. With a little bit of the off-white in 4.2.
The discount on these
2 metres.
is phenomenal if you're buying the 25. The others are
Right,
priced very, very nicely, but the discount is on the big discount
Yeah.
is on the 25.
So those are the lovely fuchsia pink colour. I'm
And
assuming that that's a 5 metre piece, but I won't say it is because you shouldn't shoot, should you?
No, we'll measure that one. It might have been there left for me to demo with, who
It
knows.
may have been.
When these are gone, they're gone. I can't get any more. This was the last of our suppliers' stock.
It's beautiful. It's really nice to work with.
Well, you can say that because you've done it
Yeah.
now.
It's true. Yeah, so there's some lovely, I love the polka dot. Polka dot's gorgeous.
I just think this
adds
is
a
going to
little
be
bit
the
of
winner
extra.
with the flowers and the silver.
Yeah,
That's going to be gorgeous.
works with it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Lovely sun, that neutral colour.
Oh, the Dragon Scales and the Galaxy are both selling fast.
I'm not
If they're in your
surprised.
baskets, it would be wise to check out.
Just
Oh, the
look-
stocking's gone. The Morris pouch is gone. The KFC bag has gone. The all-in-one KFC pouch is gone. Don't think we even showed that. There was another one somewhere. Oh, Tilda Sanctuary is actually $6.99.5 metres. Should be $8.49. Oh, okay.
Nice. Get it. Don't delay. That's all I can tell you.
Can I check? Has Jane had a metre or more of anything?
I've had a metre of the dragon scale, Gemma. I had a metre of each for demo purposes, but for my personal shopping, a metre of dragon scale.
Which is being used on the show today.
Yes.
There we go. So, to recap, great price on the crochet edge binding.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do charades.
Yeah, well, it's
when we forget the
it is
words.
Christmas.
Yes.
Let's
Your Tilda is
try not to cry. It's like,
£1.50 off a half metre. We can cut to continuous. If you want a metre, then that you've
yes,
saved
I mean,
£3.
you can see it's not cut off.
Yeah.
So if you want big pieces.
Crikey, that's thrown me a little bit. And then what else have we got? Oh, sale show
So,
stuff.
yeah, lovely, beautiful fleece, binding.
We went for the mint and the grey because if you're making for a little one and you don't have the flavour,
Yes.
a little one to be,
And grey is a very popular colour for nurseries.
yes. Grey and the yellow binding,
Yes,
perfect.
absolutely.
Nice. Or one of the lace-edged ones. Nice. Right, I'm going to go and sit over there, get out the way, and then you can do your thing, Jane.
Fabulous.
What are you? Oh, yeah, we're
I'm
doing.
going to show you both types of bound edge. This one, I've done a lot of prep already on this. This is the dragon scales. I just want to talk you through the corner and then the finishing of it. So this is the pre-made binding. Use your walking foot, lengthen your stitch. I was using a 3.5 stitch length.
Okay.
Because the stitching just disappears into your fabric. So you don't really want to use a small stitch in case you have to unpick it.
Oh, okay.
And it's robust enough. A long stitch is robust enough. 3.5 is fine. That's my quilting length, 3.5.
Janio,
Yes.
are you sewing any of this today?
Yes.
So
Have you got your new feet yet?
I didn't get. They don't do a walking foot for
Oh, right.
the industrial,
No.
and I can't. I don't have a walking foot for this one today because it's still in Cornwall on the side where I found it and then left it. Would you like me to go and get your big bad boy machine?
No, I can manage on this one. It'll be fine because this is semi-industrial. It won't have a problem with it.
There we go.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Good job.
Yeah, so if you have the even feed foot on your machine, just pull the even feed foot down. You might want to raise your pressure slightly. So I've got mine on the, what number is it? Our machine. Is it the NX7?
Oh, you've got the UX8.
UX8. On the UX8, I put the pressure at 2, but you could even crank it up a little bit more.
The DX7 has got that ability as well.
Yeah. Just because
Floating foot, they call it.
Yeah. Having that bit that just drops down is so nice to not have to mess around taking things off and putting them on. So start on one side of your quilt. As I say, on this one, I've cut this to a metre piece, so a metre square piece. So it's a metre piece, and then I folded it diagonally across to the top edge and then trim down one side so it's square-ish. I just think that's a nice size for a little person to wrap themselves in.
Yes. You see, I do mine 1.5 metres
Yeah.
by a metre
It's-
because I'm
it's
generally
lovely
doing for
having-
dog beds
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
And like your children as well are tall, like Freddie. A metre square piece would be useless for him. He'd wrap it around his shoulders. It'd be a cape,
Yeah.
and a short one at that.
Which he would love.
Yeah.
And he would zoom around the place, all over the place, and then they'd make, you know what else they do? They'd then build dens with them
Yeah.
and everything else. So 1 metre by 1.5 metres is really lovely for bigger kids.
Yes.
For smaller ones, 1 metre, or for little Miss Minnie.
Yeah.
I'll get Miss
I
Minnie
think
in a
that would
minute.
fit just perfectly in her bed. You see, that's what I was thinking. So one side of your fleece on the reverse side. Now I've done it so it's all machine stitched. If you like hand stitching, you can do it the other way round. Do it on the front side, bring it over, and then hand stitch the binding down. But this is all done machine. This is the quickest way, easiest way, I think. So open up the binding because it comes folded. The foot edge is folded into the middle. Open up the one side and line that up with the raw edge of your fleece. Leave a good 6 to 8 inches free and then start sewing towards the corner. When you get to the corner, you need to come in. If we go close up on this.
Hang on. Yeah.
Actually, I'll demonstrate it properly, I think.
I just realised we haven't showed the bag bundles for the members
Oh,
that we've
right.
put together. I was just
Put
messaging.
them in.
Izzy, no, that's what I was just messaging to ask her to bring them in. And Gemma says that yesterday's 1/2 metre duo that sold out, the Dina Designs and the Pineapple Cuddle Fleece, that has sold out yesterday. Gemma's managed to, now we've cut it, make 2 more bundles of that, but that's it. We haven't got any more.
Now, if you want to, you can pin it, but I don't think you'd need to. If you have an extension table for your machine, you may find that useful to have your extension table just because it's quite weighty and because it's soft, it drapes. And so it can pull itself down. So just try and keep most of it on your table when you're working with it. And as I say, we're opening it out and we're sewing it down. Now, just try, the walking foot helps, but try not to stretch the binding. It's tempting when you're doing it fast to just pull it down. But
Okay, so my question to you is, could you base this in place with quilter's wash away tape and would that help stop the stretch?
probably would, yes.
Okay.
But it's not a problem. I'm not trying to say, you know, that it's a problem with the stretch. It's not. You just have to be aware of it. And
Jane, I had this conversation with someone the other day. It's the honesty in approaching the fabrics that our viewers love.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in going, just do this and it'll be fine,
Yeah.
if there is...
And when you've cut your fleece, it's fluffy and floof goes everywhere. So don't wear your best cashmere jumper when you're sewing with fleece.
How would you know that, Jane?
Covered in it.
How do you know that, Jane?
Yeah. Yes. So when you get to the corner, just stop about the same width as the spacing in between your fold. I'm sewing on the fold of the binding. I'm not sewing at 1/4 inch, I'm sewing on the fold of the binding edge. So stop at the same distance, because some binding is narrower than others. Stop at the same distance away, and then sew at a 45-ish, nobody's going to get a protractor out and check it, angle towards the corner of your fleece.
The 6 metre lengths of the sapphire and the cream bindings have sold out. Gosh, you are having a good old rummage today. Well done.
So now you're going to take this edge that's not sewn down, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it up and away from your corner. And it forms a 45-degree-ish mitered edge there. And then you'll take that strip that's folded up and away and then you bring it back down so that it's level with the edge of your quilt fleece. And it's just proud, it's just the width of the fold really proud of the end of the binding. So just a little bit above, and that just gives you the scope for folding it over. So you line that back up, ready to sew again. You can see the fold underneath your binding. So you're going to start where that fold, against the edge of that fold. You're not sewing from the top, you're starting the same distance as you finished really on that fold. And what that means is that that is loose on there. You can see why I've used such a big stitch. It does bring a bit of the fleece through with the stitching. It does, you know, that it's a new needle on this machine, and I put a new needle in on mine and it was still doing it, so it doesn't make any difference.
So what you're saying is don't bother about changing the needle.
Yeah, but don't worry about it, because at first I was like, oh no, is my needle blunt, do I need to change my needle? But I changed my needle again and it was still doing it. So I think it's just the nature of the fabric.
Nature of the beast. To give you another update, the last pieces of the jumbo ribbed minky have sold out. Well done to those that got that. And the Tilda Larissa eggplant has also sold out. This Tilda is going fast. If you want it, if you don't, that's absolutely fine. But if you want it with that massive discount on, today's your day. And when it's gone, it's gone.
So that's my last corner, and you're going to do that on all of your corners. So you've got this loose triangle piece. And then when you come to the last side where you started, you're going to leave a good gap. It depends on the size that you're working with, but if you can leave yourself a 12 to 18 inch gap, it gives you, it's better, you're treating yourself nicely because you've got the room to manoeuvre. If you give yourself a short gap, it's really hard, not hard, but it's difficult, and you get yourself all hot and bothered.
Says the expert.
Ask me how I know.
Yes. And under this fleece, you will be lovely and warm.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
It's lovely to work at this time of year with fleece with it draped on your knee. So the strip that we started sewing with, I'm going to lie that flat against the fleece so it's nice and flat. Just move that across a little bit and raise that up so you can see it. So it's nice and flat across there. Then where we finished, we're going to do the same thing. And as I say, if you can keep the most of the weight of your fleece on the table. So we're opening that out because we're going to be sewing that down a bit later on. And lie that across the top of the piece that you finished with. You're going to take your ruler. Now, measure the width of your binding. Open it out right all the way out and measure how wide it is. This is 2 inches wide. Some of it's 1.5, some of it might be even wider. And when you do cut your own, we tend to cut it at 2.5. So open it right out, measure how wide it is, And then place your ruler on that first strip at that measurement. So this is 2 inches wide, so I've put the 2-inch mark on the end of that where we started. I'm going to bring, making sure that it's lying nice and flat, I'm going to bring that strip over the top of the ruler, and you can push your fabric into that ruler because it's that little bit of raised edge, and you get a crease in it. Or you can mark it, but doing it with the crease is just quick and easy. And then cut that at that space there. This is why you leave yourself such a big gap. Now you're going to place this, the strip that you finished with, you're going to turn that over with the right side facing up. The strip you started with, you're going to now place that at a right angle, right sides together. And at this point you might feel the need that you need to pin it because it will move.
Anne is saying they look to be fairly thick fleeces, are they?
They are, but then they're light to use, if that makes sense.
They're not dense.
They're not dense. They've got a lovely drape to them. They're about the same thickness as the wadding, the polycotton wadding that we've got, the 80-20.
Mm.
They're that sort of thickness.
They're just beautiful.
But they drape, because they've got the polyester in them, they just drape beautifully.
It also means they're going to wash, Jane.
Yeah,
Let's get the important
wash.
stuff out there. They're going to wash. Patricia says, morning, Natasha and Jane. I'm loving the advent calendar. Thank you. I need to look up what day 15 was because there was some confusion as to what it was, and I can't remember for the life of me what I put in for day 15.
I had to look at day 10 for somebody because the list was there, and I looked and it was the little scissor.
Oh, the embroidery scissor keep. Yeah.
Right, so we've put them right sides together. We're just going to measure now the 45-degree angle. We're working from that top edge of the strip to the bottom corner here. Just mark that. You can actually, with this fabric, you could have folded it because it's cotton creases, so you can just sew on the crease.
Jan says, I've got the dragon fabric in leggings, never knowingly undercoloured here, even on short, fat legs.
Oh my God, I bet they look fabulous. Do people just like stroke you though, don't they? Just like,
I don't know, but that has absolutely
not fleece leggings.
tickled me this morning.
Leggings.
No, she's got the dragon fabric, not as, well, I'm making assumptions here, and you know what they say about that, it makes an ass out of you and me. So I don't know. Maybe I need to track Jan down when I'm in Cornwall over Christmas and go and stroke her leg. That sounds awful. Hello, HR. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Go and look at her leggings. Morning, Bram. You got to shut up. Brenda's here. Julia's here. Brother rang spot on 10.
Dear me. So now we're going to sew on that marked line. We're sewing on the marked line.
On the line.
On that diagonal. And we're going to trim 1/4 inch away from that marked line, trimming that corner off.
See, Jane, if you just use the curved corner cutter, you'd have none of this.
No, you wouldn't.
We also wouldn't have any instructions.
You'd still have to join this bit.
Okay.
You wouldn't have to do the fancy corners, but yeah. And then just open that out and press the seam open. And then you can fold your edge back, and it should. This is where we find out that I haven't measured it properly. No, it sits nice and flat against the edge of your fleece. So you can now go back to your machine and sew it back down, sewing up. And start a little bit from where you've finished, and then you'll go a little bit past. It's just sort of belt and braces really, just to make sure that it doesn't come undone. But it probably wouldn't because you're going to sew over the top of it anyway.
Oh, so it is proper belt and braces then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just a habit you get into doing, I think, when you do it a lot.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
right, because hive mind and all that, Josh and I were talking about, and I think I'm quite safe talking about his dad's Christmas present here, because I don't think there is any world in which Keith is watching us sew this morning. But he does like a pair of braces. He's a man that likes braces.
Yes.
Where can you get a nice pair of braces?
You need a traditional men's outfitters, don't you? Really?
Right, bearing in mind I'm not going to leave my house.
No.
Where can
Well, they'll be on the internet, will they?
Right, ladies and gents, do you have someone in your life that wears braces? And if so, where do you get them from?
Is this going to be the next make, Natasha? Is you going to be making braces?
Well, I don't. Well, and belts.
Yeah.
So we can have belts and braces.
Yeah.
The belts and braces show. I don't really understand braces, if I'm honest, and I suspect there's elastic involved.
There is.
So, however, I think a nice cork end to a brace could be the thing.
And I was thinking, you know, on that, doing that crossover thing with the tabs that you used on the apron, on the back of the elasticated.
I know what you mean. I didn't do it in the end.
No.
I thought about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually do it. So yes, maybe that is the way to go.
Now,
Is there something to show us there, Jane?
yeah, if we go, yeah, we'll stay close up. What you can do now is you could trim this fleece back a little bit if you wanted to. I don't think you need to with the cotton one. It sits nicely over the top. So you can see on the back of there now, that's formed a mitre as I've brought it round. We're going to then fold it at the front, so we bring it round. Now, don't fold it in the same direction as it is on the back because it makes it bulky. So try and fold it in the opposite direction to the front. You make it a mitre. And you've, as I said, the stitching disappears into the fabric. So you just need to be sure that you've brought it right over, and if you can see the line of stitch, which you'll be able to see when you're close up to it, you want that binding to cover that line of stitch. Now you may wish to just pop a pin in it at that corner just to hold it while you take it to the machine and sew it. And you're really going to just sew it now. And I found my we're calling these really useful tools or things, like the thang is a trademark, isn't it? Excuse me. And you're just sewing it as close to the edge of the fold of the binding as you feel comfortable sewing it. I kept my needle in the middle of my machine, which is unusual for me because it's usually set permanently at 1/4 of an inch. But I used it with the needle in the middle. And you're just sewing it down. And again, try not to, because it's very easy at this point when you're folding it over and you pull it and you're bringing it across, that there's a temptation to pull it. Try not to pull it, which is also why this helps, because it holds it while you take it to the machine.
Jane, Gemma's just upped the ante.
Oh, has she?
2 things. She said that Tilda would look amazing with the cuddle fleece to make cuddle cowls.
Yes.
Agreed. No question about that. And she says, are you two, I don't know why she's including me in this, are you two going to demo the curved corner cutter? Hope so. It's amazing with bias binding. Only if we take down another metre of fabric, Gemma.
We haven't got, I had got a piece of
Oh, do you know what?
left over of the mini fleece.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, but I've left it in the... So
do you think
Missy,
Whiz could get it?
If Missy's listening, she knows I put it next to, not on top of, the scrap box.
Sarah W says, good morning everyone from a very foggy Northamptonshire. Derbyshire Dye says, all the time I always have a few second gifts for emergencies and swapsies. And it's so true, it's so true. I was wrapping at the weekend and nobody got the original gift. In fact, I bought something the other day. I bought Gemma's Christmas present.
Yeah.
I mean, she's listening, it's fine. I bought Gemma's Christmas present weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. In fact, I think you were there the day I bought it.
Yeah.
And
So we're still close up. You can see, I'm not going to stand here and sew all the way around this now, but just quite close to the edge. And then on the back, you might catch the edge in, but generally it sits in the fleece underneath the binding. So it creates a really nice edge to it. So that's the mitered corners.
she's not getting the present that I originally thought.
Thank you.
I've swapped it for something completely different.
Oh, amazing.
Well, I mean, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Because if she prefers the first one, tough. that's not in the offing anymore.
We'll do a demo with the cutter with that in a minute. Right, so I've made a little tiny sample for the edge to edge. Edge to edge binding is super quick and can be used with any form of binding. You start off by cutting your binding exactly to the length, width, side of your blanket. So they're exactly the same length. And you sew them in the same that we did with the mitered one. We open it out, we open the edge out, we line it up on the wrong side of the blanket against the edge, and we sew down from top to bottom all the way down. We then fold that over and we sew as close to the folded edge as we can. So you'll end up with raw edges at the top and bottom of your blanket. So you do that on two sides, and then on the opposite sides, this is where we do the fold over bit. So, and you want to cut your binding so it's at least 1/2 inch longer than the side. So it's got an overhang of at least 1/2 inch either side.
It's a bit like my trousers, Jane.
Yes, we've all got
That overhang.
And you're going to, you may want to just pin it to start with. You're going to sew again in the fold, but you'll start sewing on the bound edge, leaving that loose part there. And you'll sew that to the wrong side of your binding.
Oh, I thought we were about to sew. Hang on.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I just realised I've got it on the wrong side. Not that it matters, because it's the same on both sides.
Oh,
Really.
I'll go back.
But obviously I'm using a different coloured thread. I would use a thread that matched to my binding. Generally.
Do you know what, Nikki? I did just think that. I was going to ask how's it going. She said, Jane's made the perfect size blanket for my gingerbread house. Yes, she has.
Gingerbread house is so clever.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's having the vision of seeing a child's doll house like that and thinking I can make that to look like a gingerbread house.
Yes, yes. I still have, my dad made me a doll's house when I was 7. Wallpaper, you know, the lot.
Yeah.
And then my mum's friend, there used to be, and actually if Ali B's watching, she'll be able to tell me, there used to be a doll's house furniture shop in Leek. And my mum's friend lived in Leek, so she used to, well, near Leeks, she used to always, birthdays and Christmas, buy me little things for the house. So I've got the most beautiful furniture for it.
So we're now going to, we'll stay close up, Tash. We're going to, and I think on this crochet edge fleece, you will find, binding, you will find it easier just to trim the fleece back. Just, you know, about 1/8 of an inch, just a little bit back, because it helps the binding fold over flatly without bobbling up. And it's quite easy, and using scissors makes it even easier, I think. Just make sure that you keep the binding out of the way when you're doing it. So we open up the opposite side, because we're going to bring that binding now across to the front. We open up the opposite side and we fold that down to the triangle so that the edge, the top edge, comes to the middle fold. And then we fold it back. This just reduces some of the bulk when you're folding it over. We then fold it over so it lies against the edge. Now I chose to have it so that it didn't crush the lace trim. It was folded against the lace trim. And then you fold that back over so it's square. And you want to pin that so it's lying flat and there's no edges. I can bring that down a little bit more to make it not so proud.
Jane, we're all proud of you.
And again, my little useful tool came in handy because you just want to hold that down. You take it to the machine and you sew again as close to that folded edge as you feel comfortable, making sure that you've encased and using the stitch line as a guide. Just taking your time really. Once you get going, you can get it put on quite quickly. Just bringing that over so it encases that raw edge. And of course, you don't have to bind your fleece. You can just do a simple hem on it. I would recommend doing a double hem where you fold it over and fold it over again, just because of the floofiness, the way it sheds a little bit. But that would be just as easy. Your quilter's tape would probably come in really handy for doing that. So when you get towards the end, just open out that binding again, fold it down so that the top edge is against the fold here, and then fold it back, and then fold that in, and fold that back across.
This is all in the instructions.
It
Jane's
is,
done
yeah.
9 pages of close photography instructions for these.
You've
so
got
that
both sets of binding methods in that instruction. So you've got two sets of instructions for one, really.
a twofer.
A twofer, yeah.
We love a twofer.
And then you just come to the end, and you might want to just reverse stitch a little bit.
Jane, you know how we've got our sample sale?
Yeah.
I'm only giggling because someone has they admitted on Facebook last night that they've bought one of our kits to make said item, but they've now bought the sample to pass off as their own because they haven't got around to it.
Oh,
It's
that's
like,
fair enough,
that's
isn't it?
genius.
Isn't it? And then just trim off your excess threads. So that's another way of doing a bound edge, and with the lace edge, it gives it a really nice finish.
Pretty,
It's
isn't
really
it?
Pretty. So those are the 2 bindings. I'm all right to open this, aren't I? Because this is yours. Creative Grids.
Yeah. Why not?
If not, I'm buying it.
If not, it's yours.
Yeah.
It's mine, to me, to you.
You've got different curves, haven't you, on here? You've got quite a tight curve there, slightly wider curve.
I
and then
use this
one, which is the widest one, which is just beautiful.
The time, Jane, it's so handy for curving anything. The
Well,
number of
it's nice
pouches
for your
or stuff.
pouch
Yeah.
flaps, isn't it, to curve that
And when I
round.
can't find it, I either have to go and find a bowl or a reel of cotton, but like a big reel of cotton, not a little reel. It's just annoying.
Or a saucer of
Yeah.
or anything. And of course, with your Creative Grids, you get the instructions to show you how to use it, and also the QR code is on the Creative Grid, so you can scan that as well. But we store all our Creative Grids with the instructions clipped on with
A quilter's clip.
quilter's clip. Words don't work today. So it's just a case, you've got all the non-slip grips, so it's just a case of following that curve round. Boom.
Oh, Auntie Lizzie's
Like that.
joined us. Hello, Auntie
How
Lizzie.
quick is that? And
Oh,
you can
yeah.
do that on all of your corners, and then you don't have to worry about a mitered edge or a folded over edge. You will still have to do that join that I just showed you when you get to the end, but you can just curve your bias tape around. Because it's on a bias, it just curves beautifully. And then when you fold that back, it'll fold back over the edge. And that gives a nice finish, doesn't it? With
Yeah.
a curved edge. And is a lot simpler than doing a mitered one. But
Perfect.
these hadn't come in when I was doing my samples.
No, I know. I know.
But I think it's nice to know how to do the different corners, because they work for your quilts as well as your fleece blanket. So, you could do that. It's lovely. Lovely. This is just the plains, because they've got this really deep nap on this side, which is really velvety.
Yes.
And then on the other side, it's really fluffy. These are going to make beautiful baby blankets, if not grown-up blankets.
I don't care how old that baby is. It's perfect.
It's perfect. And
70-year-old baby, it's fine.
yeah.
Whatever it is.
And
Yep.
you know, there's a trend, isn't there, for snuddies, hoodies, things, that this is the same sort of fabric. That
Oodies.
Yeah. That they're made from. So, you know.
I think they're really beautiful. We do have the toweling robe.
Yeah, would work.
Because it's just that oversized cuddly thing that we need.
It's really tactile. You just want to cuddle it all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Hang on. Alistair's just up the ante, is like hand woven silk ones for the braces.
What?
Not that posh.
Nothing, but not quite that much. Hand woven silk. Gosh.
Do I need a second mortgage for those?
Probably not, actually, when you think about it. Silks. Depends where it's come from.
I don't know. They sound amazing.
They do, don't they? So, yeah, you've got your straightforward edge-to-edge binding, and then you've got your mitered binding. This is done straight edge. I was going to show you, wasn't I, how to do continuous binding.
Should we do that I think because we don't have the instructions for that, we'll do that on another day. But if you could just show everybody the velvet bundles for the members.
The members bundle.
Yeah. Now, normally we would leave out the Styleville and thinking that people would have stuff in their stash.
Yeah.
But I know we are now short on time to get these out. So the bundles have got everything in there. So they have got the Styleville, they've got the frames, they've got the fabric. More fabric than you need. You'll be able to make extra things in these. And these are your options.
So you've got your frame. You'll have that with all of them.
And your Styleville comes with each of them as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and also you have waist shaper for the handles as well. So they're the hardware boring bits. The bits you want to care about is the colour.
Yes.
The boring bit,
So,
just you're going to get as standard.
What's this? Is it crimson? This red?
That's wine.
Wine, yeah.
And if you just,
it's like
if you show everyone, we've got the bag behind us to show everybody what we're making.
So it's this bag.
Yeah, so we're going to do this as our member Zoom. If you haven't become a member yet, we do a Zoom every month. It just costs $6.99. You get all sorts of patterns and things.
It's
so
such a lovely bag because it opens out. Look how roomy that is. And I love this. My mum's got one of these bags with this, and she's got several bags, and she takes the frame out and puts it in different bags.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
changes it as she needs.
Perfect.
It's a lovely bag, nice and roomy. So you've got the wine with the cotton purple. She's got is this a Morris print?
Yeah. That's the one that I made my my cuddle cowl in. Oh, you could make a matching cuddle cowl out of velvet.
Oh gosh.
And that to then go with your handbag with
your
what you have left over.
Now, I think
If that
this
is
one-
not smart, I don't know what is.
I think this one's my favourite combination because look at this, you could have such fun with your fabric placement on your bag, and then you've got, is this shot cotton? No, it's our plains. Is it called plain cotton?
That's our plain, yeah.
That is our spearmint.
Jane, the answer to are silk braces expensive? £165 a pair.
Yeah. That is expensive. So that would be your detailing on the top of your bag and your handles. But look at that, that's gorgeous fabric. Oh, love this, I love it. So that's your other bundle. Then we've got our lovely rose velvet.
Gemma says, bring back tie rack, all is forgiven.
Yes. Gosh, that's such an 80s place, isn't it? Don't see those anymore. People don't wear ties anymore, do they? This is it.
No, well, tie rack shut
Josh,
in
he loves a tie.
2013, they shut their stores.
Yeah.
Sad times.
My Josh loves a tie.
Is there a movement to bring back a dapper gent? I'd love a dapper,
Well,
just
you've got the hipsters, haven't you? They're a bit sort of
dappery.
dappery.
They dapper all over the place.
This is our olive velvet with our cotton purple. This is the dragons, isn't it? Dragon one. That's beautiful.
I've only got one of those.
Oh.
There was great debate over whether that was olive or whether it was pear. I believe,
We believe it's olive.
yeah,
I don't
but
think
it's
we
the
have
only one that
pear,
we've got.
yeah.
No.
And then this is forest. This is a lovely, deep, rich green with that lovely cotton purple there.
So that colourway is, so you've got it in either the rose or the green. And these are loaded. Auntie Lizzie says, oh gosh, I've been spotted sneaking into the back of class. It's just lovely to have you with us. Don't worry.
Nice to know you're there, Auntie Lizzie.
Yeah.
So you're going to get your style-ville, your waist shaper and your frame. 1/2 metre of velvet, 1/2 metre of cotton purple, or this one's with our plain. But they're going to make gorgeous bags, won't they?
Janie, shall I go and get Minnie?
Yes.
And then we can see if what Minnie makes of
Because
her new blanket.
Minnie is velvet.
She's not so mini anymore.
She's not so mini, and she's made of velvet.
I'm just going to turn my mic off while I go get her.
Yes. So you're going to have fun making bags with those. All our subscription members, they're going to be gorgeous. Natasha takes you through. I mean, we've got the pattern for this bag anyway, so even if you're not a member, you can buy the pattern for the bag and the kit. That's something to make in that lull between Christmas and New Year. They're just such a lovely bag. They're so roomy. Get lots of stuff in there. You could have that as a sewing bag, couldn't you, with all your sewing bits in. Oh, there she is. Hello, Minnie Mins. Hi, baby.
Now, for those of you that don't remember Minnie, do you remember, Jane, when she used to fall asleep
Yeah, in a little basket.
in the tidy up truck?
Yes. Hello. Yes, I know. I love you too. Yes, I do.
Just trying to change the angle.
We've just got a wagging tail. Kisses.
Miss Minnie is not quite so mini.
She's a big girl now.
But Jane made you a present. Should go in your stocking, shouldn't it, really? There she is.
Gorgeous. She's so gorgeous.
She's so pleased with herself. Oh, Auntie Jane. Hello, Auntie Jane.
Look at this.
Miss Minnie,
Look, Minnie.
it's off the scissors.
What's this?
What's this? What's this? Oh,
Look at that.
is that for you? That says Minnie.
Wrap
She's
you in
iconic.
it, look. Wrap you in it. Oh, yes, it's a lovely girl.
Ah, toweling robe for the dog. There we go. Oh, who's that
She's
dog?
so gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. She's like got velvet round her muzzle. She's so pretty.
You got velvety chops. You got velvety chops.
Yes.
She's hi everybody. Oof. Yes. There we go. I think
That's
that is a hit. She's a little wriggler, isn't she?
She is.
Down, you
She
get
comes
there's
in
your
the
pig
morning.
down
She's
there.
like an otter. Whole body moves.
She's like a, she just doesn't keep still, that one. But she does like, what we've noticed is she settles in her bed happiest when she's got something like this
Yeah,
that's
something
nice and
warm
silky.
snuggly. She's just seeing what she can.
She's
pick
got
up
her
and run-
pig down there.
Yeah, pick up and run away with. This morning she'd got something and I was like, Minnie, come back to me. I need that back, please. She came back. She's so good. She's got good recall.
Hey, Minnie.
She's gone. She's out of here.
She's like, I might. What can I smell? What can I find? Yeah.
Yeah,
Jane, thank you.
you're welcome.
Money off on your Tilda today, down to £6.99 a half metre. What we've got of these fleeces is all that we've got, that's it. The binding, again, that's the last of our bindingy bits that
Yes.
we've got. She's found her pig, she's happy.
Yeah, she's happy.
And yeah, that's it really, isn't it? That's the
Lots
messages.
of bargains, bits of there's not much left. Get it while it's there.
And if you're doing the Zoom, then it's a matter of everything, and you will have extras left over. So,
Yes.
but you've got everything in there. So I'm sorry if you've got your own Styleville and stuff, but we just needed everybody to make sure that everybody did have the right stuff.
It's nice to have it as well because everything's there and I'll just be able to get on and make, won't
Yeah,
they?
exactly.
Not
Yeah.
having to root
arrive
Excuse
at
me,
the
ring
Zoom
through and find everything.
from their sitting room to their kitchen table or whatever it is,
Yeah.
that long hike that we have on our Zoom workshops, and then just know you've got everything.
Yeah.
And did I forget? Did I need waist shaper? I forgot to put it in. No, it's in there.
Yeah, that's great.
As long as we haven't forgotten to put it in, then we're all
Just
good.
need your thread, your scissors and your rotary cutter.
Tomorrow.
What have you got? What are you doing?
We've got more samples.
Yes.
I'm having to kind of, because it takes a lot of loading for Gemma, so I'm just having to feed it in gently.
Yes. So that she doesn't have a complete breakdown before Christmas.
That one, yeah. So we've got more samples. We have got a new take on an old favourite.
Oh, exciting.
For the non-COVID era. That's all the hints I'm going to give right now.
Fabulous. Exciting.
So that's what we have got tomorrow.
No,
She's doing that sploot thing.
No, she's
where
a frog.
Yeah.
She's going completely flat.
She's happy. She's all happy. So thank you ever so much for watching. Take care. Thank you for supporting us as ever. We do appreciate it. And if you'd like to like and share our videos, then that helps too.
Does.
Thank you very much. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.